My rude seatmate kept on reaching out in front of me to close the shade, so I flip her off the entire way to my ride. I was flying in the window seat because I like looking out the window. The woman sitting next to me reached in front of me multiple times to close the window shade. She never asked me, she just reached directly in front of me to close the shade. I would immediately reopen it, and a few minutes later she would reach in front of me again to close it. It was a noon domestic short-haul flight, so no reason to need darkness in the middle of the day, and absolutely no excuse for violating my personal space multiple times without asking me or acknowledging me or treating me like a human in any way. So I pulled out my book and turned on the reading light, despite there being ample natural light from the open window for me to read. I then positioned my hands in such a way that my watch would reflect the reading light directly into her eyes. I read like that for an hour, jiggling my hand the entire time, so it would shine the light back and forth across her eyes and be super distracting and annoying. Once we landed and she took her headphones off, I turned to her and said, "Next time you fly, book a window seat if you want to control the window, or at least treat me like a human and ask me before you violate my personal space. What you did is unbelievably rude." She looked so offended, and naturally, she walked 2 miles per hour. Being a city walker, I easily got in front of her. Then once we were on the moving walkway, I stopped immediately in front of her, did the same on the escalator to the curb, before flipping her off the entire way to my ride. I was subtly flipping her off by extending my middle finger while holding the handle of my bag, so it was upside down and you only would have noticed if you were looking at my hand. I was angry and it was a subtle way for me to voice my anger and get it out of my system.